this morning we are at Aldi doing the shopping. I'm not only shopping for me, so there's going to be a couple extra bits, but typically every week, same things that I buy. So I usually go through two. I buy one at the beginning of the week, and then there's usually one in the freezer from the previous week. Sources of protein for me are the Greek style yogurts. Again, these are like a kilo. I usually do about 300 grams a day, and I'll always shop knowing kind of what I'm going to eat for the week, if that makes sense. This, great addition, oh my gosh, great addition to most meals. Like, it's got a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, but you know, do 6 grams of this, it's maybe 4 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, something like that, so it's pretty good, tastes good also.
Oh, you do content creating?
So a little bit.
Are you on TikTok or YouTube?
A little, yeah, I am. I try to do a little bit.
I'm also big on TikTok.
Oh yeah? Oh, very nice. You too.
Oh, he's famous now.
Oh man, not me. We got the cameraman and the, you know what I'm saying? So next addition was potatoes. I always get these ones. They're 2.5 kilos. They're like £1.15, I think. Especially the second you enter like any type of deficit, or when you're in a bit of, you know, eating a few less calories than what you usually do, it's very important that you're having basically as much food volume as you can for as little calories as possible. So that's why I get potatoes as opposed to rice in these settings, because you can make them just weigh a lot more and they're a lot filling than rices, in my opinion anyway. If you are not opening your thing up of eggs and having a little of each one of them, that's a joke. But just make sure there's no cracks on them, because the worst thing is you get home and you're like, oh, I'm fucking 3 eggs down because, you know, they've all got cracks in. So I'd like to get the large ones. These are like 90 calories each, I'm pretty sure. 80 calories, 5 fat, 7.5 protein. So usually like 2 of these in a day. I usually stick 1 in with each rice meal, especially when food gets a bit higher. Easy way to get in fats and extra protein. There's only one type of milk. There's only one type of milk. All this stuff is shit. If you wouldn't drink breast milk, then you shouldn't drink cow breast milk. I think it stands to reason. So, almond milk, very nice for the gut, tastes quite good. Oh, this is this is oat milk, so I can't read. Same packaging. Almond milk, very good for the gut, tastes very nice, and low calories as well, so it's a win-win-win. Finito. Great success. Cool. So, I missed out calves the other day. I train them 3 times a week. I do 3 sets on each of the sessions. The last set is always some form of intensifier, so it will be a drop set or rest pause or just like bouncing reps at the end. You know when people say your calves, or you know, they're genetic, they can't grow. They can grow, but I promise you, you are not applying the same principles of training that you are for the rest of your body. If you train your calves as hard as you train your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, something like that, they would grow. This is how I've started training my calves now, and I promise you, I think they're up like 2.5 inches. Every inch counts. And yeah, it's just from the intensity that I train them with, and also training them across multiple times a week. As we know, more frequency is typically going to be better as long as the muscle's recovered. So you're going to see me do some calves now, and you're going to see how intense it does get. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh, that is how you train your fucking calves. Oh god. Deficit at the moment. I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. That's from around 4,400 I've been at for the last kind of 4 to 6 weeks. The reason I'm eating 3,000, or at least attempting to, at the moment is because I'm trying to resensitize my body and basically get my appetite back. I kind of run into a brick wall. My food wasn't digesting. I was sluggish. I was bloated, and my training wasn't feeling very good. So, in theory, drop calories. It's going to get my body sort of hungry again, properly digesting my food, and then invariably what will happen is I'll then be able to start ramping calories back up. That's where I'm at the moment. So for breakfast, again, the time's now 12:10, so we're into the afternoon. Cardio's done, stretching's done, bit of calves done as well. And yeah, first meal of the day I will show you. It's going to be Greek yogurt, whey, some strawberry crisp cereal, and probably a coffee as well.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Fucking hell, already went over. Great. 330 grams of Greek yogurt. This is the beauty of This is the beauty of tracking macros as well. If you're on a meal plan, I'm not the biggest fan of them, especially in an off season. Like if I have 330 or I have 300 grams of Greek yogurt, meal plan, I'd have to be like, oh, fucking scoop it out, put it back in. In the off season, if I have 330, I'm just going to change my fitness pal. It's going to give me an additional 20 calories, probably not even that, probably like 15 calories. And then I can just keep that day's total moving. So for example, at the end of the day, if it means I need to have, 80 grams of rice instead of 100, then I can change that as the day goes on. But yeah, sticking to a structured meal plan all the time, especially in an off season, I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. You're going to do about 50 grams of protein powder in here. Also, the two codes I use alternating, George 10 and Wix 10. If you stick them on the screen until I'm sponsored, I'll be using their codes to get you additional 10% off. Big up those two. Beautiful.
So how many calories is in this?
This is macros for this meal. 692 calories in that big bowl there. It's 81 carb, 11 fat, and 62 protein. So you can imagine, if I do I'm going to do the maths because on my calculator, because I can't do it in my head. 600 and what did I say? 90. 690 times 5 will be 3,450. So big meal now. Probably 2 meals subsequent will be a little bit smaller, keeping the protein high, but definitely lower carbs. And then the last 2 meals of the day where my appetite gets highest, again, I'll pick that food up. So invariably on a training day, I'll have higher carbs around my training window. On my rest days, I'll just have it when I'm hungry. So if that means, invariably hungry at the end of the day, therefore 1,500 calories for those last 2 meals typically serves me a lot better than have it in the morning when I'm not very hungry to start off with. So, meal number 2. The time is now 1:35. Meal 2, we've got 150 grams raw weight chicken. I've got 2 of these cheese slices. These are low-fat cheese slices, so they're only 42 calories per slice, and also 4.5 grams of protein. So they're beautiful, and I'm just going to stick it all in a wrap. Wrap goes in the old grill, and it will come out absolutely beautifully.
Spread out the cheese.
Absolutely. This is actually going to be so cheesy. These are the small perks of the off season. It's like when you have good meals like this, it's just, yeah. Some people have got to be on prep for 7 months. That's oh wow.
Fuck off.
This is beautiful. So this meal, wrap, chicken, some cheese. I have my coffee this meal instead, because when it gets to 2 o'clock I want to fall asleep already. And then I'm going to do 100 grams of pineapple as well. Again, nice bit of digestion help in there, and also a bit of sweet, especially as calories are lower now. I don't have as many calories for dark chocolate, so have some pineapple instead, it's just as good.
Will you rate that, big man?
This is a 15 out of 10, I'll be so honest, this is ridiculous. If you haven't tried this before, light burger cheese in a wrap with some chicken, in a grill, press it down, let it be all creamy and so good. So you've seen, obviously, what the morning of a rest day looks like for me. I think the most important thing, especially in your off season, this is something I've definitely learnt this time around, is just keeping a routine. So, you know, on my rest days now, to be fair, this is pretty recent for me, making sure I still go to the gym, I go and do some cardio, just to get me in that gym setting, keep on burning calories, keep my food digesting really. Some stretching, again, like you're getting bigger, you're getting less and less mobile. That, in fairness, is probably going to make your training get slightly worse, you know, in terms of, for example, knee flexion in your squatting movements, for example, you know, so you want to make sure that your hips are nice and open. Same thing upper body wise, you know, if your chest gets tight, you're probably going to have more chance of a pec tear, pec injury if you can't get yourself like in that position as much. So again, make sure you're stretching your upper body, your lower body. Cardio as well, heart health in the off season, you want to stay fit. That's also going to help you with your training, making sure that you're able to perform, you know, those 15, those 20 reps without gassing out first. In terms of check-ins, you know, check-ins should stay in weekly, an absolute minimum bi-weekly, but especially if you're running it yourself, like you should be looking at yourself week on week, making sure there's changes happening kind of where you want them to, and if you are turning into a fat fuck, then, you know, eat a little bit less. And I think it's very important to take those pictures, to have that visual representation of how you are actually looking. Oh, yes! Not going to crash it. So yeah, check-ins, cardio, and then just getting your meals in the same way that you would on a training day. You know, you can maybe space your meals out a little bit differently, but making sure you're still, you know, eating adequately. You know, if you're on a plan with a coach, if you're on a plan with yourself, making sure you're sticking to it. And if you're following macros, making sure you're making good food choices throughout the day, and not because it's off season, I'm going to have, you know, a fucking dairy milk bar for my fats and my carbs for the day, and a chicken breast alongside it. You know, like eat fucking rice, eat your bagels, you know, maybe put a bit of peanut butter on there, but don't go crazy with it. Again, you'll throw your body composition out of whack, and when it comes to prepping and cutting, it's just going to be that much harder. So those are my few cues and tips and rundown of the day. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will probably upload in another month. So peace, love, speak to you all soon.